Welcome back to the Doorkickers player channel. This is mission 84, Big Benny's Bus. This is an arrest warrant, and the way to end the mission is to arrest the suspect. So let's go ahead and have a look at the map really quickly. This is a little bit of a straightforward one, but difficult. It's straightforward because you have classic, just straight hallways, right? Corner-fed rooms, rooms with multiple entries, corner-fed rooms, straight hallway, straight hallway, straight hallway, center-fed room-ish, right? And then you have, okay, it gets a little complicated here, but nothing too, crazy, right? But for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward map. However, let me just turn sticky keys off. However, it's hard because the tangos that are on this map are heavily armored, which means that they're really hard to take out. So let's go ahead and just skip to, okay, let's see, this looks like, okay. I'm just kind of curious what weapons we are using. This looks like it could, or is this a successful attempt? No. Okay. So you can see I'm kind of just setting up the route. Okay, we're switching weapons here. Looks like we're going with the, are we doing Battle Panda again? Or the Panzer? Okay, it looks like we're going with the Panzer and the TLE SWAT pistol. You can see I'm changing them all to the Panzer and TLE SWAT. And I believe that this is the successful attempt. Let's go ahead and watch the replay. That way we can sort of pause when I want to pause. I don't want to hear anything. Oh, this thing is jammed.
Good job.
Okay,
Done.
there we go. Let's try that. So this is the replay. All right. So we've pretty much got the entire route already mapped. We've got flashbangs, and then the 4 of them are going to go in here. And we are using the Panzer, which means that we can, or the Battle Panda, or damn it, forgot already. What weapon are we using? Panzer, right? That's what it's called. We are using the Panzer, so because it's a heavy machine gun, we can shoot open the door. And like I mentioned in the previous videos, you can do that in order to, if you're walking with a machine gun, it's better to open it with the gun. Better to open a door forcefully with a gun instead of lockpicking or blast or whatever, because then the operator who's opening the door still has his gun up and can shoot whoever's behind the door. So I think that's a solid plan with these kinds of weapons. You can see I've got my operators going from here. They're first going to go this way. These operators are going to go down here, clear that. You can see they're opening all these doors. I'm going to clear this. Once this is clear, move into this room, clear this room on the Alpha Bravo corner. Then we have these guys. So these guys, interesting, these guys are going to come around to the front, park here, and then cross, clear that, move inside, move that way, clear that. That's interesting choice. So far, it looks like a solid plan. So let's see how it plays out. Okay, yeah. What are we waiting for here? There we go. So, interesting choice. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? You kind of want to take your time if you can. So, I'm kind of just waiting here for these guys to get ready, and as soon as Alpha goes, they're gonna move here. Then they're gonna throw the flashbangs. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I like it.
On Alpha. Holding for Alpha. On Alpha.
Alpha. Go.
Beautiful technique. I think that surprise from this angle, being able to take him down, take this tango down really quickly. I think it's I think it's pretty good. And also, these guys all are already moving. I think that's smart because then by the time like the flashbangs reach here, you can already have people on target. It's actually pretty good, right? Like watch this. As soon as the shooting starts, there's a flashbang, so he's able to take him out. This operator's able to take the tango out. I think it's pretty smart. Now remember the gore in this replay is on like extra high at the time I was recording it. So yeah, that's not, you don't need to be worried about getting injured.
On Bravo. Holding for Bravo. On Bravo.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, smooth is fast. Just taking our time, going through the steps methodically, not breaching the interior, not breaching the structure until everyone's ready to breach the structure. I like it.
Bravo. Go.
And you can see here, like this is here on the Bravo side, right? So this is why if you're working with heavy machine guns, use the machine guns to open the door, because as soon as that door opens, that first guy is through the door and he can start shooting. Right? He's not waiting to like get his gun back up or whatever, and everyone else is not waiting outside to get their gun back up, right? For him to get his gun back up, right? They can just move immediately. But for doors that are unlocked, like on the Charlie Delta corner, flashbang will do. I think a flashbang is smart in this situation because you're you're walking into a situation where multiple threats can come from, right? Right? Oh, sorry, wrong way. Okay, threats, 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 right? It's essentially like you're walking into um like a funnel, like an ambush funnel, right? Like this is where a bad guy would hide, right? And so at least even if not there, then here, right? This is where a bad guy would hide if they were trying to ambush operators, right? So throwing a flashbang in there for this kind of structure is actually, I think, pretty smart. And they managed to take this tango out on the Bravo side. Well done. Wait, hold up. Let me just get rid of the. There we go. So let me see here. So there's an interesting thing happening. Yeah, so this is textbook. You got two guys on this side, two guys on this side that are just going to clear that really quick. That's textbook. That's textbook and nothing special. But the interesting thing is happening over here on the Bravo side. So I noticed that we're doing now a flashbang here. And I don't know that I would naturally do that. I don't think that, I think that you only do that if you know that there are going to be tangos here. But I don't think that going into a hallway you need to throw a flashbang just because. So I kind of disagree with that. I think maybe just like take a peek, see if there are any bad guys. If there are no bad guys, turn around and throw a flashbang. That's what I think. Yeah. Also, just a side note, I didn't realize this until recently, but you can open doors like from here, so you don't have to like go into every. You can just like do this, open door, open door, right? I didn't realize that until recently, so that's my bad.
Flash out. On your
Also, this is kind of a big mistake. Having this guy just like walk past all these doors, right? That's a mistake. That should not happen. Um, at the very least, have this guy open the two last doors, right? While this guy's opening the two first doors. but don't just walk past it.
Flash out. On your mark.
Charlie.
Yeah, like I said, you only throw a flashbang if you know that there's going to be a tango here, and there was. So let's look at the Delta side real quick. So you see this opening, right? See, I've got my two operators kind of like that, but then I've got these two guys just standing, and they're facing the wrong way. That is a mistake. That is a mistake. You do have one guy look this way and the other guy look that way, but this guy is right in the line of sight of anybody who's. And the worst part is that these two won't be able to do anything about that because look at where their line of sight is, right? So they can't do anything if someone here tries to shoot. So yeah, if you're gonna have other guys in the hallway, like either put them here, here, and here, right? Kind of just like doing that, where they're just kind of backing up their buddy, or have them face this way. One face this way, one face that way. That's what I think. Also, another mistake here. So you can see I've got this guy stopped here and this guy going around this corner. That shouldn't be done that way. What you should do is have this guy keep an eye this way, this guy move that way. Because when you move this way, you get a better line of sight on what's in that corner before committing to it. And so if you see there's a bad guy there, you can quickly duck out. Whereas here, if you go by the time you're here, right, and you go to turn, you're already exposed and you're already getting shot. Right? Like watch how he turns. At this point he's already shot. And he hasn't even had time to check the corner. Right? So don't do it this way. Again, same mistake happening here. Opening a door right in front of your teammate, that's bad. I do like what I did here on the Alpha Bravo corner, where you kind of like one guy's like just facing that way, and the other guy's opening the door from from the middle. That's pretty smart, I think, because you got to keep an eye on any threats coming from here, right? Any guys coming out of there that want to go that way. So you got to keep an eye on that, but at the same time, you got to open the door safely. So how do you do that? You just open the door straight down, and if anything happens, you duck out, right? Because you know that this hallway is right now safe. Yeah, so we cleared that Alpha Bravo room. And again, I don't think you throw a flashbang into this room unless you know that there are tangos in here. Unless you know that it's a big room, so you're throwing a flashbang just because it's a big room and you want more time to like maneuver around it. Same thing with this room. But I don't think that this room needs a flashbang. I'll be honest. Also, having your guy wait here, like this guy, at this point could have just like at least like maybe opened this door and covered this so that these two could clear this properly, right? Or if not, then come here so that way you can cross, with this guy, and then the other guy can like go that way and wait for this guy to join him. Like you don't have to keep your teams like this is your team. Don't leave your battle buddy. It's like no, like you guys can move people around. I'm obviously when I say you guys, I mean myself, right?
Covering. Flash out.
Oh, now you go that way. So let's go and look at the delta corner, the delta alpha corner right here in the bottom. So this is a tricky situation because you've got a door here where a threat could come out of, but at the same time, you are very exposed to anything, right, coming out of this room. So it's kind of tricky on what to do in this situation. What I kind of would recommend is have both guys here. I know for a fact that I did not do this in my most recent attempt, but this is like in hindsight what I'm thinking is have both guys here, open the door, throw a flashbang, and then clear this room quickly, then clear that room. That's what I'm thinking. Would make more sense. See, but now,
No tango.
see, this is what I mean, right? So this is the mistake right here on the alpha side. He opens the door from right in front. Okay, you don't need to be opening the door from here. You can both of you open the door from here and then move. And then once you see this guy, duck out. Just hit the reverse. Yeah. Or like have this guy open the door while you're standing here. So that way you can just like duck behind this. Or while you're standing here so you can duck in there. Don't don't do this. What I did here. But I didn't know I needed to duck out. So that was good. Wow, look how many bullets it took to take this one guy down. Holy smokes.
Intel acquired. Time to go. Primary target secured.
Good job.
So 10 out of 10 is hostiles pacified. Um, it took me 51 seconds and no SWAT casualties. Let's go ahead and have a look at this attempt right here. This is my most recent attempt on my phone. Let's just have a quick look. So I kind of went a different route. I'm using the Panastroika um, rifle, and I guess yeah, that corner seems fine. Um, no, we don't need zoom. Okay, so I've got these guys going here, right? Got these guys throwing throwing one flashbang there, and then clearing that way. Then I've got these four on the bottom coming this way. So I'm trying to cover as much ground as possible with as few people as possible. That's what it seems like right now. Before we get into what's going on, I am going to use a door blast, door charge on both doors actually, here and here. So that's going to be interesting. Managed to take the guy down. I I I I should have looked. Just have a look. You know what I mean? Okay. Setting up the first door charge. Okay, so we are straight up entering on the Charlie Delta corner. Okay. And yeah, these guys here on the Bravo side are doing a pretty good job of taking out their targets. So great job right here on the Charlie Delta corner, taking out this first guy, taking out the second guy. I think that was done really well. Let's have a look at Delta Alpha corner. So we blow the door,
Go.
take down the guy pretty quickly. I like that. All right, so we are in position here, and you can see that I am opening the door like this, right? Because I want to cover as much as I can with as few people as possible. That's good. I like that. So notice how on the alpha side, I have them waiting here. I don't have them like going in the room yet. That's because I got to make sure that it's clear for them to go in the room, right? You can't have nobody here, right? So that's pretty good. So this is an interesting choice. So instead of waiting on the delta side of the structure, instead of waiting for this guy to come here and then cover that way, I'm like, you know what? Just go for it. So I did. And now that the operators are clear on the alpha side, we open up that door, enter that room. This is the part that gets me a little sketched out. So sometimes one operator will enter before the other. And so I find myself sometimes having to stop one operator because like this corner is clear. Like you don't need to you don't need the operator going this way first. So I'm kind of like pause here, let this guy go first, and then continue going. I find myself doing that a lot. Also, anything past this on the alpha side, that's unnecessary. You can already start moving out. The entire room is clear.
No contact.
So this is a little sketchy here. What I would do personally, like in hindsight, is I would stop right there, take out this guy first, and then move and clear that side of the hallway. That's what I would do in hindsight. But thankfully, so this is actually super interesting, the timing of it, because he's about to shoot this guy, and they're about to shoot him at the same time. So he's distracted essentially, right? This Tango's distracted from this door charge, which gives him the opportunity to shoot him. Super interesting coincidence. And let's go back to the Delta Alpha corner. So you can see here that I've opted with this setup, right? Not sure why, but I guess it works. So Tango down, moving the operators, these two operators on the Bravo side in to the structure. And we're going to start clearing that hallway. Now I'm not sure. This is what I was talking about earlier, right? You can split up your operators, right? Just move people around. This guy who was originally from this team goes like this. Okay. That's this guy right here. Okay. Then this guy from this team originally went like this, right? He's going to come down this way and join this guy, while this guy gets joined by this guy, right? And so we still have teams of two, but people are moving around. They're not, it's a dynamic situation essentially. That's pretty good. I think that's yeah, that makes a lot of sense because you want to. So you might be like, okay, well, why don't you just take two guys from here and open this and then clear that? Because I don't want to waste time, right? Why do I have these two guys going that way? I'm not sure. I think I correct that in a second, but I want this cleared as quickly as possible, right? I also want this guy to have a battle buddy. So how do I do that? Is by having two people clear this room together, right? And then move on. That's how I get this room cleared quickly. But then this guy's by himself. Okay, so we'll send this guy to you. And then we'll have these two team up while these two team up. Make sense? Yeah, I knew I corrected that. So these guys are going backward. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, to be honest. So interesting. I'm choosing to have one guy go get the evidence while another guy comes down here and covers. Oh, I think I'm smarter than I thought. Check this out, right? These two clearing in here. These two clearing in here. These two clearing in here, but there's evidence in here. So while one of them collects the evidence and arrests the bad guy, the other one is going that way to clear. Oh, I think that's smart. Yep, I knew it. Oh, I didn't. It turns out this guy is come down here to do that job instead of one of them staying here and then one of them going. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Waste a lot of time. I guess it gives me more time to get other guys, in position, but could have been avoided. Yep. So far, I'm just clearing. Not doing anything too serious.
Primary target secured.
Good job. We're done here.
Yeah. So that was definitely like a big difference. Let's go ahead and watch both of them without pausing.
Waiting for Alpha. Waiting for Alpha. On Alpha. Holding for Alpha. On Alpha.
Alpha.
Waiting for Alpha. Flash out! Young one. On Bravo. Holding for Bravo. On Bravo.
Alpha. Go.
Young one. Flash out! On your mark.
Charlie.
Covering. Flash out! Clear. No tango. No tango. Intel acquired. Go. Primary target secured.
Good job. We're done here.
All right. So that was my first successful attempt, I guess. This is the more recent attempt. Look at the time difference, okay? This took me 51 seconds. It took me 24 seconds to breach the structure, right? Watch this.
Placing charge on your mark. Clear. In position. In position. Charge. In position. No contact. Eyes on the target. Eyes on the target. Intel acquired. Evidence acquired. Hands behind your back. In position to go. Primary target secured.
Good job. We're done.
So this took me 31 seconds, right? And so the major difference between these two attempts is the weapons and the tactics. So when I say the tactics, what I mean is pausing. The reason there's a lot of like watch this part again. See how it's like very choppy. That's because I am playing and pausing every split second just to like confirm that everything's going right. And when you do that, you get a choppy replay, but you're also a lot more efficient with your time, right? In this version, I'm much more efficient with my time, trying not to waste any seconds if I can. Whereas in this attempt, I am taking my time, going slow, going smooth, making sure I'm covering all my bases, doing all that. So that's what I would say is the major difference between these two attempts. That's all for today. I post new videos twice a week. Make sure to look out for that. If you enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, make sure that you subscribe. And if there's anything that you guys want to see in future videos, feel free to let me know about that in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next video.